All right, you guys, welcome to our team call. What day is it? I don't know. The days are blending together. It's February 19th, 2018. Crazy. January felt like it took 85 years to finish, and February is almost gone. I hope you are having an amazing Team Cup month. There is plenty of time still left in the month to cross the finish line. Having hit Success Club, advanced your rank, helped your team accumulate enough points to get team and individual prizes. I know our team is making pushes. We're seeing a lot of brand new coaches making moves, which is what we want to see. But everybody that's on this call, everybody that's on our team has what it takes to hit Success Club and achieve some prizes, get some prizes this month with Team Cup. I know you can do it. Believe in yourself. Take action. All right, whoa, my kids are screaming. Without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to my sister, Becky, who's going to quickly talk to us about Refeed in 80-Day Obsession, which is coming up for you guys on Wednesday. So, Becky?
Hi, good evening, everybody. So, Refeed Day. I hope you guys are excited for it. The first thing I wanted to say is please don't be scared of Refeed Day because it's amazing. And I don't understand what the whole fear is about eating from a supplemental list of some yummy, dirty carbs. Like when you guys are eating like crap, you're not scared. So then why are you scared now? Just review the list, pick your favorite ones, and incorporate it. But I did write down some notes. Thinking back to my first Refeed Day, I was really tired. I felt beat up. I felt like I needed the extra energy, and I'm sure a lot of you are feeling like that too if you have been 100% on point with your nutrition. And the science behind this, I mean, this is proven. This is not a cheat day. That's one of the things that I wanted to talk about, is that this is not like, oh, I'm gonna go eat pizza and I'm gonna go eat 27 donuts and I'm gonna eat, a bag of potato chips. This is not cheat day. This is, for me, it was a treat because I got to eat my favorite dirty yellows, which are white rice. Like, I'm Cuban. I love some white rice. I got to eat some white bread. I got to eat a hamburger bun. And so those things really made me happy for one day. But you still have to worry about what's going with it, because you're not gonna go eat fried food or a fried burger or even French fries for that matter, because you can only eat probably like 3 French fries, so it's not worth it. So make sure that you keep the rest of your meal, all the accompaniments are clean and per the 80-Day Obsession food list. I want you, and I just watched a video that Autumn made last week where she was basically screaming about reading the list. So I'm not going to repeat that. Read the damn list because they're all listed right here. What's allowed. If it's not there, don't ask. It's not allowed, because if it was allowed, it'd be on the list. Juice, yes, you can have juice. It has to be 100% natural, but you can only have it one time. Okay, so that makes up for one of your additional purples. Apple juice, that delicious one in those little cute bottles. Oh my God, that was like, it was like heaven sent. I'm not even like juice. And I'm like, please give me all the juice. I want juice. Okay, so make sure that you go through and some of the tips, right? So you got to be aware, if you don't want to eat like the heaviest of the Refeed yellows, so that then by the end of the day you feel really, really bloated and if you've eaten a lot of bread all day long, don't do that. Like, spread it out. For me, like my first one, half a white English muffin, okay, with my eggs. I always eat the runny eggs. It went perfectly well with that. With my Shakeology meal was my second. I ate a waffle. I love waffles. So I would drink my Shakeology and I had a white waffle. That was like yum. Post-workout, a burger, no cheese because the blue is somewhere else. So you get to eat 2 for plan C, okay? I'm talking plan C, 2 carbs, right? So you get to have a whole hamburger bun. And then at nighttime, white rice, white pasta, whatever. It worked for me. I didn't feel bloated. But if you don't want to go all in like that, you can have pretzels. But don't have pretzels all day because you're defeating the purpose of having energy. So make sure you strike a balance with some heavier white carbs that are going to give you that sugar, that necessary energy, the glycogen in your muscles to help you push through leg day. But then if you want to balance it out with some treats like pretzels or maybe flour tortilla. All of those things will help you push through. And the reason you're doing this is because if you've been on point, your sugar levels have dropped, your muscles are very, very depleted of glycogen. And right now you're starting to feel it. So now you're going to get that dose that you need to give you that extra boost to continue on with phase 2. The thing that was good, oh, sorry. Oh, the fixate, you got to, okay? There's some fixate recipes that were uploaded recently into the fixate, to the refeed list. Make sure you double check the container counts on fixate, because she did not put container counts on the dessert recipes that are at the bottom. And that's important because there's melon sorbet, and that's not a yellow, it's a purple. So you gotta go back and cross-reference containers with the actual the fixate recipes, okay? So that's important because you don't want to have like extra yellows or extra purples because you're not following directions. Okay, let's talk about a touchy subject, and you guys are gonna have to be adults and use your own discretion. When we were in the test group, I know for me, I know my sister, I know Monica, we were 100% on point. Okay, we did not cheat, we did not drink. There was no question about it. We were gonna do refeed day. I don't know what only you know what you've done. Have you cheated? Have you had extra treats? Maybe you had a cheat day every single week. Maybe haven't been 100% on point. You gotta use your own discretion as to whether you're gonna do refeed day. For me, I would say if you are 80% clean, 75% clean the entire 6 weeks, I think you should do it. Now, if you're like having 2 cheat meals a week and drinking and doing all this extra stuff, I wouldn't do it. That's my opinion. You can go to the coach test group and go find Autumn's video, which I couldn't find, so I can't tell you what she said. I looked for it, but I couldn't find it. That's my opinion, because you've already been getting extra sugars throughout all those cheat meals, and for me, it may be a little more. I know that in my second round, when refeed day came up, that weekend was like my anniversary weekend, and we ate a lot, I drank a lot, and I asked Autumn, what should I do? And she said, if you've had more than 2 cheats this weekend, and there were more than that, you shouldn't do it. So I didn't do it. And I didn't do refeed day at all in my second round. And I don't think my sister did either, because I know that I haven't been 100% on point, not every single day of the week. So I want you to be an adult, check yourself, be honest with yourself, and say, do I really need this right now? Have I been 100% on point, or even 80? And then yes, and go for it. And if even you haven't, you decide to do it, then that's your prerogative to do that. But you have to make the ultimate decision for you and for your journey. Let me see if I missed anything. The cheat day is an important one. Don't freak out. Just enjoy. Oh, and take pictures. Tomorrow or Wednesday morning, right before you eat, before you do anything, when you're nice and thin and feeling good, take some pictures in like sport bra, some shorts. You want to monitor your body and see what happens at the end of the day. So then on Wednesday morning, you take another picture. Compare your pre-refeed to your post-refeed and see how you feel. Really take, then when you hit your leg workout, really take some time to focus on how you feel. Is this really making a difference in how you're pushing, in your energy levels, how you recover after that workout? Like really pay attention, because like she said, Autumn said, there is a science behind this. And this is a modified refeed. This is not even like the one we did originally. Ours had way more stuff. Like it had like 8, I think I ate 8 yellows and 8 fruits the first refeed we did. I'm like, why can't we have that one again? Okay. I think that's it. Christy, I think I covered it all, right?
Yeah, I mean, perfect. I really do. I think you hit the nail on the head on that last point, that you just have to use your own best judgment, whether you're going to do it or not. But I will say this, word of caution, because it's something that we saw in the test group. And I want you guys to understand that there's going to be people that wake up ripped after refeed day, like that naturally, like, you know, they wake up and it's like all their muscles are showing, you see, and then you might wake up like that and freaking awesome, that's great, take a lot of pictures, but you might be the one that wakes up and is like, oh, I don't feel good. And we saw both of that.
Yeah.
So don't freak out either way. Like either way, it's just something new that you're doing.
Yes.
It is something that Autumn uses, and like she explains, right? She uses refeeds when she used to compete and stuff, because it does that. It like dehydrates you to like, oh, you're with the glycogen, it inflates your muscles and it makes your body do crazy things. But that's her tiny little friggin' very fit body, right? So some people's bodies, you might not have that same reaction. So, I get it. You want to go into the test group, and then you see all the crazies. And I apologize. I had it out with someone in there today. I just had to. You just gotta go with the flow. Be cool as a cucumber, do your thing, learn from it, learn how your body reacts. Next refeed, try something else, like try other foods, and just don't freak out, because that's not good. And I'm the biggest believer that when you have a negative mindset of something, it affects everything. It affects your results, your mood, and the way you even are going to push during your workout. So, just see how fun this is, right? Because you're going to have that. Everybody should have a burger and take a picture.
Yeah, guys, seriously, like this is just something new. Like, be excited about it. Something you've never done before. Oh, and one more thing. Don't forget to print out your sheet, because this is different than what you've been doing. And you probably have your containers all memorized, but this one, it's different. So what I did was I sat down, wrote times, because since the containers are kind of different, I wrote down the times or what meal, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. So, and I kept it with me all day so that I knew I wouldn't screw up and eat the wrong containers at the wrong times. But make sure you have this with you so that you can review it, because it's not the same as you've been doing.
I think we're ready, right? Is Diesel Nation ready to crush refeed day and eat burgers? Yes. Okay, good. All right, we're good. So let's move on to the reason why we are on this cause, because we have invited a superstar coach to talk to us about crushing the basics. Like, I think that's my focus this year. It's stop overcomplicating a simple business, right? It's not don't get simple confused with easy, but it is a simple business. And we tend in our heads to say, oh my God, it must be so hard because XYZ, when in fact, it all boils down to a few vital behaviors. Oh, did you see what I did there? So we've asked Carolyn Marrone, like calzone. I asked her how she pronounced her last name so I would not mess this up, to join us tonight. She is a six-star diamond coach, a Success Club All-Star legend, 42 months in a row. She was an elite coach last year, ended ranked number 35. You guys check this. She's a retired teacher at age 23. Are you 23? Like, that makes me want to vomit. And she is engaged and also a dog mom. So she's got no kitties yet, but she will soon, I bet. You guys, I'm going to turn it over to Carolyn. She's going to rock us, and make sure you take your pens and paper out so that you can take lots of notes.
Hi, guys. I'm so excited to be here. It's just so awesome to be on such a huge team call right now. I never thought that I'd be here talking to you. I'm actually 25 now. I retired 2 years ago when I was 23, started when I was 22. And I kind of wanted to start with my story first so you kind of know where I'm coming from when I start talking about all these different things, because I really want to stretch you today. I really want you to, push yourselves outside of your comfort zone and realize that while life around you is going to be changing no matter what, you have to just really stick on that path that you know that you're following. So I started this business because I needed to lose weight myself. I had just graduated from college. I was 20, almost probably close to 20 pounds overweight from all the partying and eating bad foods, I'm not gonna lie. And I was like, okay, I need to do something about this because I don't want to live my adult life feeling like crap. Like, I'm starting my first job. I want to feel good about myself. So I started the 21-Day Fix when I was actually still in college. I was just finishing up my last year, and I got awesome results. I was featured on the infomercial, which is a fun fact. And I felt awesome, but I ended up canceling my Shakeology after the first month because I was a college student. I didn't have an income or any of that stuff. So I was like, I guess I really don't need this. I got the results I wanted. I'm good. And then I realized quickly that I needed it in my life again. And I saw a friend of mine who did some kind of 3-day thing. I didn't know what it was at the time, found out it was the 3-day refresh. And I reached out to her and she told me about it and said, oh, well, if you do it as a coach, you get a discount and it's cheaper. And I'm like, okay, sign me up. I'll take it. I'll take any deal. So I started as a discount coach. I wanted nothing to do with the business. I just wanted my Shakeology cheaper. Totally honest about that. And that's why I say you can never really discount a discount coach. So something that kind of changed in me was I was put into a team page anyway, even though I was a discount coach. And that's something that I teach all of my coaches to do, add you to the team page anyway, because you never know. And I started to see people having fun and a community and a family, and people were just like so excited to be in there. And that was something that I was longing for. I never really had a close-knit group of friends. I was always that like weird girl off in the corner that nobody wanted to talk to. So having a community of people who were supportive of one another was awesome, because my college experience was anything but that. So I decided I was going to work Beachbody, but I was still kind of like, no, I'm not really doing that. Like I was teaching and I was like, yeah, I'm not really doing that thing, but I kind of was. And I realized that all I could think about was my coaching business. And I'm sitting there working with students and I had a notepad next to me writing down ideas of things that I wanted to do with my business. So I realized that I had to really go for this. And I ended up dropping out of grad school. I had 2 classes left before I got my master's degree. And it just felt right for me to follow this passion that I had. So luckily it worked out. My parents weren't happy at first, but they're happy now because I'm happy and I'm successful with this and I'm helping other people have that kind of success. So the thing that really helped me have the kind of success that I have are the things like that I started doing years ago. I'm still doing those same things now. And also I had an idea of where I wanted to go. When I decided I was going to go for it, I knew where I wanted to go. So I'm going to be talking today about lots of different things, but mostly about the goals that you have and how your actions are going to be directly connected to those goals. So I did make a slideshow because I was a teacher, so I just kind of have to, I guess. I hope that it works. It might look a little wonky on your screen, but that's my girls. See, it's going too fast. So these are the 3 areas that I'm going to be talking about today. And as I go through each one, I ask that you ignore my dog making noise. But as I go through each one, I really want you to think about where you are in your business in relation to each of these areas. And I'm going to try to help you figure out some things that you can change and things that you can maybe 10x in your business to help you get to where you want to go. So the first category are your goals. And these are the things you want to accomplish. We know what a goal is, right? Everybody knows what a goal is. And you should be setting lots of goals, not just like one big goal. You want to be setting daily goals, weekly goals, monthly goals, quarterly goals, annual goals. And the more you break your large goals up along the year, the better chance you're going to have at achieving them, because it doesn't seem so large and scary when you break it up. So I set goals every week, every day, every month, every quarter, and every year as to what I want to do personally and how I want to help my team. Now, the other area I'm going to be talking about are activities. And these are the activities that are going to get you to where you want to go is your goals. And we all know what those are: inviting, following up, posting, those things that we're told to do that maybe sometimes we don't do as much as we should. And also your mindset. How are you feeding your mind? Are you feeding your mind? Are you kind of forgetting to do that stuff? Because all 3 of these things come together and create success for you. And if you're kind of lacking in one of these areas, then you're going to see it in your business and your success and all of that stuff. So this is just kind of an overview. And as I'm going to go a little bit deeper into each one, but I want to kind of give you guys an outline as to how this is going to go. I also wanted you guys to know what you expect to get out of this. Any little sound, he's going to bark. So as a new coach, you're going to know how to set goals and what activities you can be doing to achieve them. And if you've been around for a while, let's say you've been a coach for maybe, can you guys still hear me even though he's barking? Yeah. Mike still, can you hear me? Or is he just overpowering my voice? We're good. Okay. So if you've been around for a while, this call is going to help you figure out maybe how to get out of that rut that you're in, or figure out how to one up where you are, that level that maybe you're stuck at, or some things that maybe you want to change in your business that are no longer working. So, okay. So the first thing that's super important is when you're looking at your goals, you want to decide if you want to build for income or recognition. And it sucks. Having to make that decision sucks. Especially if you're somebody who wants to do both of those things. Sometimes you're lucky and it just works out that building for rank and recognition also builds for income. But a lot of times it doesn't. For me, I'm lucky. It just so happens to be where I need my diamonds to rank advance. I also need to stack that leg, but unfortunately not for everyone. It doesn't work that way. So you really need to figure out what's more important. Do you want to be like 10-star, or you want to be like recognized for being elite or premier, or do you want to earn more income for your family? That's something that you need to decide. That's a personal thing. It shouldn't be related to what your coach wants you to do. It should really be a personal goal for yourself. Now, the activities, how you structure your day. I am a person who needs to have a list, and I need to follow a list every day. Like, I literally plan out my entire week on Sundays, and I've been doing this for a while now. And I work from a list. If I don't have a list, I'm lost. Like, I don't know what the hell to do. I'm just like wandering around the house. Like, what should I do? I don't know. And I realized this very quickly. When I was teaching, I was super productive in my business. I was crushing my goals. I was helping so many people. I had that full-time job. I had a 2-hour commute. I had grad school, but I was killing it in my Beachbody business too, because I didn't have that much time to like play around and watch The Bachelor. Like, I had a specific amount of time that I had to get my work done, and I did that. So when I went full-time coaching, I realized very quickly that I needed to make a schedule for myself, or my business was going to crumble, because I was just like chilling at home. I can do this whenever I want to do it kind of thing. And I got really lax. So it's important that you don't get lax with your business if you're somebody who's like just retiring from your full-time job and doing this like as a full-time thing. And even if you aren't, you need to have a schedule. If you don't schedule things, they don't happen. I know those of you who are doing 80-day obsession, it's very scheduled. It's very like regimented as to what time you're going to eat and what time you're going to wake up and what time you're going to go to bed. And having that should help you in your business too, because you're able to schedule your business around the rest of your life. So something that goes along with that, and along with scheduling your time and making good use of your time, is also the time that you're giving to other people. You have a team, and as you grow, you get more people on your team. That's just the way that this business works. As you grow, they grow. However, you cannot expect to be 100% available for every single person on your team. You shouldn't put that on yourself, because unfortunately, a lot of them don't deserve your time. And I'm going to be like, I don't like hold back. I'm one of those people, I say what I want to say. So there will be people on your team who don't do their vital behaviors. They don't post. They don't invite. They don't do anything. And then they expect you to get on a call with them. I don't get on calls with people who aren't showing up. And that's something that I had to teach myself as I grew in this business. You have to work with the willing. You cannot drag people through the mud. And your business always, always, always needs to come first. So before you worry about your coaches, and before you worry about like taking care of them and making sure they're doing their thing, you need to be doing your thing. And you need to be doing your vital behaviors. You need to be inviting. 70% of your time as a coach should be inviting if you want to grow fast. And you cannot spend 80% of your time working with your coaches and then only 20% on your own business, because they're watching you and they need to see you succeed, and they need you to lead by example. And if they see that, when they grow a team, they're going to think that they have to play management mode with their coaches. So everything you do is mimicked, whether you know it or not. So if you have a negative mindset, your team's going to have a negative mindset. If you are answering their texts every second, like right away at 11 o'clock at night, then they're going to think that they have to do that for their coaches. So you really have to set boundaries. You have to set work hours. You have to set guidelines. I mean, sure, there are exceptions. You know, if somebody's like brand new and it's their first month and they're ready to sign up a coach and they're just super excited and they really need you at that time, I'll make an exception for that person. But if it's somebody who, you know, never shows up and never does anything and then expects me, like they just call me and want to talk to me at 11 o'clock at night, then no, sorry. It's just how I run my team, and that's something that I had to learn how to do because it was really draining me trying to drag people who didn't want to work this business. So keep that in mind. You want to work with the willing, because working with those who don't want to work the business is not going to get you any closer to your goals. It's not going to make them feel any happier. It's not going to do anything for them because they don't really want it. If they aren't doing it, they don't want it. Also, something that's important is having systems for tracking. So whether you use Asana, pen and paper, Excel, whatever other ones there are, making sure you have a system and you're being good about it and you're using it every day. And also making sure that what you're doing is duplicatable for your team. So those are all different activities and things that really are related to your goals. So what you're doing in a day might not look the same as what Christina's doing in a day, because Christina's goals are different than yours. And what I'm doing in a day might look different than what Elena is doing every day, because her goals may be different than mine. So don't look at somebody else and say, oh, that's their business activity tracker, I need to do everything that's on there. I really encourage you to make your own business activity tracker. And this is something that I do with my coaches. I help them make a business activity tracker based on their goals. So it's not too overwhelming for them and it's not too easy for them, but it's aligned to exactly what their goals are. So it's something that they can do. It's something that they feel good about doing because they know it's going to get them closer to their goals. And then the last thing is your mindset. It's the most important thing. And a lot of times what I find, it's the thing that kind of gets pushed aside, like that's not important, I don't need to work on my mindset. And I had that mindset when I started this. I'm like, yeah, I'll do everything but that. Like I'll do all the things, but I'm not doing the personal development. I don't need that. That's for people who have problems. Like I literally thought that. And I was 22 and very immature, but I still find that when push comes to shove, if I don't schedule my personal development, that's the first thing that gets pushed off. Like, nope, that's not making me money, or nope, that's not going to get me Success Club points today. So I'm going to push that aside. So what I had to do is make sure that's the very first thing that I do when I wake up in the morning, so I don't forget about it. And if that's something that you find yourself not doing, you need to schedule that, because if you don't, it's not going to happen. So if you're in the car a lot, listen to podcasts, audios, things like that. I did that when I was driving 2 hours a day in the car. I got a lot of personal development. I was like a really happy person. And then what I realized when I left my teaching job and I was home, I wasn't doing it because I didn't have that 2 hours of solitude in the car to listen to things. So I had to change my schedule. So a lot of times in this business, maybe you move, maybe you have a baby, maybe you get married, maybe like something traumatic happens. You can't just say, oh, well, my business, push it away. Like you need to adjust and you need to change. And I've changed my schedule probably 50 times, because if it's not working, you have to change it. And if it's not making you happy, you have to change it. I literally rearranged this entire apartment because I didn't like where my desk was. I didn't feel inspired. So I had to move everything around so that I felt inspired to work my business. And sometimes you have to do that. So making sure that you schedule your personal development, whether it's in the morning, whether it's at night. I personally like to do it first thing in the morning. I sit down, I read my affirmations, I read my daily devotional, I read like 15 minutes of a book, and then I walk the dog and I listen to a podcast. So I get a lot every morning. And it helps set the tone for my day. And if I happen to miss it and I wake up super late and I miss it, my day is terrible. It's just how it goes. So making sure that you schedule it, also that it's something that is actually productive for you. It's something that you need, and it's something that is something you enjoy and look forward to. If you're reading a book and you dread reading the book, get rid of it. Read another book. You have to want to be able to, you want to be excited about it. If it's something that you look at like, oh, do I really have to read this book today? Then you're not going to want to do it. Okay, I'm sweating. I had to be a little funny. I'm pretty funny. So I had to put Kim on here. because I feel like this is what a lot of coaches looked like last year, myself included. So I'm not trying to like call anybody out, like, oh, I'm a part of this. I looked like this at some point in my business last year. I'm like, nothing's working. Why isn't it working? Oh my God, I need to fix something. What is wrong with me? This used to work 2 years ago. Why isn't it working now? It's because it's a new year and technology changes and we have to adjust. And I don't technically agree with the like, don't reinvent the wheel. I like to say reinvent the tire, reinflate the tires. You know, the wheel is still there. The wheel just doesn't work anymore. So we need to change it. We need to put more air into it. And that's what everyone's been talking about now, right? Instagram stories, Instagram stories. It's so funny because I've built pretty much my entire business on Instagram over the past 3 years, and all of my diamonds come from Instagram. All of my bridesmaids come from Instagram. All of my friends are from Instagram, and it's crazy to me. But it seriously is something that a lot of people are uncomfortable with. They're not used to it. I think it's the most fun thing in the world. Like, you literally get to be yourself. You get to dance. You get to listen to music. You get to drink, energize, and twerk and do whatever you want. Like, maybe you don't want to do that, but that's what I do. And you just get to be yourself. And it allows people to see inside of your life. It allows people to want to be a part of that. I have so many people that message me about my dancing videos because I just like to dance all the time with my dog who tries to hump me while I'm doing it. And it's just funny. So you can't get mad about the changes that are going on. You can't get pissed. You can't say, well, this used to work last year, so I'm just going to keep doing it. If you keep doing the same thing over and over again, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. I literally used to do Instagram and Facebook. I'm really pulling myself off of Facebook and focusing 80% now on Instagram and 20 on Facebook. It used to be more like 70 or 60, 40 or whatever. I suck at math, but you know, I used to do both pretty much equally, and now I'm really heavily on Instagram, probably for the past, I want to say, year or so. So don't get mad. Don't get upset. Don't pull a Kim. You know, be a big girl. Figure out something new. But it's okay to realize when something is going wrong. Like, it's great when you notice that, like, this isn't working. I think it'd be even worse if you just kept doing it over and over again and didn't realize that it wasn't working. So make changes in your business and don't be afraid to do it. Fail forward. Have fun with it. If you're not having fun in your business, nobody's having fun. Your challengers aren't having fun. Your coaches aren't having fun. You have to create the fun. You got to bring that energy and that level of excitement that you want your business to represent. So don't cry about it. Make a change. Get on Instagram stories. Have fun. Play around with it. And just put yourself out there, because people are going to connect with the real you. They don't want to connect with face filters or like perfect makeup. Like, I go on there in my towel sometimes. I don't care. It's just who I am. So get on there if you're not. And anytime anything changes, like, really be up and coming with new things that are going on. Do your research. Look into new social media platforms that are thriving or where people are. Like, really do that kind of stuff. It's all out there for you to find. Just Google it. Like, literally, what's the best time to post, or what social media platform is the best for this? So, like, you literally can Google anything that you want to know. So don't be afraid to try something new. Okay, so this is my favorite thing in the world, and this is going to help you with yourself and also with your coaches that are in your business. So as I go through this, I do have to mention that I didn't make this up. I wish I could take credit for it. But this is from Brendan Burchard's High Performance Academy that I did not have a chance to go to, but I actually gifted 2 of my coaches my tickets so that they could go because I wasn't able to go. And they brought this back, and this is like super life-changing for me, and lots of the girls on the team have really taken this and implemented it. So I wanted to share it with you guys today. So I'm going to explain each of these categories, and as I do, I want you to think of a time in your business where you felt like that, like each one that I'm explaining. Maybe it's right now, maybe it was years ago, maybe it was yesterday. So I want to start with the caged life, and I want to compare that to like taking an animal, throwing an animal in the cage. What would that animal's initial reaction be? The animal can be anything you want, you know, your favorite animal, giraffe, gorilla, whatever you want, but it's in a cage right now. And they just picked it up, threw it in a cage, locked the cage, and walked away. The animal in the cage is probably scared as shit. Like, why am I in this cage? What did I ever do? Right? Thrown in there, they're scared, they're trying to get out, they're clawing at the bars, they're trying to make their way out, working really hard to get out. Okay, now think of you as a brand new coach. You were thrown into this business, which is kind of like a cage. And this analogy, you know, you're thrown into this business. You don't know what the hell you just got yourself into, but you're going to try your damnedest to make it work. And you're working really hard, and you're talking to people, and you're inviting people, and you're just doing all that you can. I'm doing everything my coach is telling me to do. I'm doing it. But nothing's happening. So the animal's still stuck in this cage, right? You go back, the animal's chilling in the cage. They've kind of become accustomed to the cage life. They're like, oh, well, you know, it doesn't work. I can't get out of this thing. Whatever. I'm just going to hang out here. They've resigned. And then they get bitter, and they get nasty, and they resent the person that threw them in there, right? So think back to you being a little baby coach. You know, you're doing all these things. You're trying really hard. You're not getting anywhere. Then you're like, oh, man, this business is broken. Or, oh, this sucks. I'm not meant for this. I'm not good at this. This isn't my thing. I can't be successful. And then you get really pissy, and you're like, I'm quitting. I'm done. I'm leaving. I almost quit. I'm just going to be honest. I almost quit. In December of 2014, 6 months into the business, I almost quit. And I am so glad I didn't do it. But I was feeling that way. I'm like, I'm doing all these things that I'm supposed to be doing, and like nothing's happening. Like no big magical thing is happening. Has anyone ever felt that way? If you want to drop it in the comments, like yes, or raise your hand if your face is here. Like I felt that way in my business. So this next one, the comfortable life, I feel like this is probably where 80% of the company lies. Maybe not 80, maybe 70, but still a lot. And this is the point in your business where you're like, I'm hitting Success Club, I'm making money, I'm doing okay, but I'm not doing great. Like I'm not doing as much as I can be doing. I'm not seeing the kind of level of success that I want to be seeing. I'm just not amazing. Like I'm just not where I want to be. But I'm not a failure though. Like I'm still helping people, you know, I'm still bringing in coaches, still doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm still earning money, but it could be so much more. And I'm not just talking about so much more money, but like just so much more in general. Like it could be wow, but it's not. How many people are currently feeling that way? Like I'm doing good, but I'm not doing as good as I could be doing, right? A couple of you. Yeah, I feel like the reason why a lot of people are here is because they have accepted being average. They're like, oh, well, I'm good enough. Like I don't have to be the best, but I'm good enough. And I'm just going to hang out here in average world and be okay with being okay. Well, the thing is, nobody should be okay with being okay. This could be a personal opinion. Maybe you're totally fine with being okay, but I'm not. I'm one of those people that like, I have that fire in me to continue to do better. And I don't like tear myself down when I'm not as good as I want to be, but I know like, okay, this is where I am, but this is where I'm going and this is where I want to be. So you have to have that fire in you to always be better than you were yesterday. And that's where you are in this charge life. You know, your team is engaged, it's energized, your team page is and blowing up, and people are helping people, and everyone has a common goal, and everyone is connected and unified, and your rank advancing, your income is going up. Who doesn't want that? Like everybody wants that, but not everybody has that because not everybody is comfortable with moving themselves from just being okay to being great, from being good to being great. So these are 3 areas that you may experience in your business. Maybe you're kind of stuck in one right now and you want to move out of it. But really take this into consideration when you're sitting there, like setting your goals. Like, where am I? Where do I want to go? And don't beat yourself up for being where you are now. We all start somewhere. You know, you have to start somewhere to go anywhere. So look at where you are now. Look at where you want to go and accept the fact that, you know, it's going to take work. It's going to take effort. It's going to take lots of time and all of those things that we don't want it to take. But if you want to get there, you have to do that. So that kind of goes hand in hand with this. And why is it doing this? Okay, so that kind of goes hand in hand with this. And I also didn't make this. This comes from Tony Robbins, so I mean, you can tell I'm doing my PD. But this is something that's going to help you and also help your coaches. Because I'm sure you've had coaches who have come to you and said, I'm doing everything and nothing's working. And this is what I always say to them. So as a human, we all possess potential to be amazing and do great things. However, not everybody has that belief in themselves that they can do great things. So that's why not everybody is top 10. And that's why not everybody is making $1 million. That's why not everybody is as successful as they can be, because not everybody believes they can get there. Not everybody believes they deserve to be there. Not everyone has that belief. So the potential that you do have, though, is going to affect the amount of action that you take. So if you feel like you can really do this, you get into this business, you're like, I can do really awesome with this. I believe in myself. I'm going to do great things. You're going to take massive action. And when you take massive action and you're inviting and you're posting and you're like showing up every day, not just when you want to, you're going to see results. And it goes around in this circle. And when you see results, it's like, yeah, see, I can do this. And it kind of reinforces that belief that you had in yourself. And then you go around the circle again and you just keep doing it. So there are people who are taking massive action, right? We have those coaches who are like, I'm doing it every day. I'm inviting 100 people a day, right? Yeah, okay. So they're doing these things, but they're not seeing results. And they don't know what's going on. So whenever I hear that, first question I ask them is, what are you doing for personal development? And 9 times out of 10, they're like, I'm not doing anything. And I'm like, I'm not surprised, because you don't have that belief in yourself. So you need to go find a book that's going to help you build that belief in yourself, and then go tackle those goals that you have. And it makes a big difference. So like, you're not going to try hard if you don't think you can succeed. You know, if you think you have no chance of being successful, you're not going to work and put the effort out. So this is something that will help you, but also your coaches, when they're telling you like, I'm doing this, you can figure out what part of this equation and this circle is missing, and you can help them with that. So maybe they do have that belief in themselves, but they're not taking the massive action. So, or maybe they are, you know, they don't have the belief and they don't have potential and they're not seeing results. So it kind of works both ways. You can help them with building that belief. You can help them with their action, but it really helps you figure out where you need to help them. Okay, so now that I'm like, my armpits are really sweaty. I just get like so sweaty every time I talk. It's like, I guess it's like passion sweats. I don't know. But I do have some homework, and I know I talk super fast, so if anyone has any questions after, I'd be happy to answer them. I mean, I don't know if that's a New Jersey thing, an Italian thing, but I talk super fast. But I want to give you guys some homework, because I don't like calls that are like, yay, that was a great call, thanks, and then like nothing happens. You forget everything I said. So I want you to think, first of all, where are you in your business now, and where do you want to be? And it doesn't have to be by the end of the year. How about, you know, where are you now and where do you want to be by the end of the quarter? The end of the quarter is March 29th. So you got like a month and 2 weeks or something. Where do you want to be then? And then set the quarterly goals every quarter. Don't just do it like, okay, I did it once because Carolyn told me to do it on this call. Do it every quarter. Where do you want to be at the end of the second quarter? And then at the end of the second quarter, do it again for the third quarter. Mine is like literally on my dry erase board in front of my face every single day. So figure out where you are and where you want to go and make a plan to get there. Number 2, what are you doing in your business that's not working anymore? And stop doing that. Don't do it anymore. And make an action plan to fix that and change it. So maybe you are focusing all of your time on Facebook and it's not working. Change it. Venture into Instagram land. I'm sure you'll find some success over there. Or maybe, maybe you're doing sneak peeks and they ain't working for you. Change it. Do a live video or a webinar or a blitz event, or do something different. Change it up. You're not going to keep posting the same videos and the same content in your challenge groups if they're not working. Change it. Make it fun. Like I said, if you're not having fun, nobody else is either, and they're not going to want to keep continuing with you. So make the changes that you need instead of bitching about it not working. And number 3, where are you self-sabotaging? And this is one of the biggest things. I personally have to admit that I do this sometimes too. We all do. I don't think there's anybody that's perfect out there in the world. We all self-sabotage, and that doesn't necessarily mean your business. It could be that you follow somebody who, they make you feel like crap every time you see their post, or you're like comparing yourself to them, or maybe they're, succeeding and you're not, and that makes you feel bad. But also maybe you're buying the cookies, or maybe, you're buying the soda or whatever your fix is, and you're on an 80-day obsession, and you shouldn't have that stuff, and you're buying it anyway, and you're putting it in your house, and you're self-sabotaging. You're setting yourself up to cheat. You're setting yourself up to fail. So where are there things that you're self-sabotaging? Maybe you're just like not doing your personal development. That's self-sabotaging. It could be anything. And I'm sure you maybe have thought of something already. If you want to share it in the comments, that would be great. But stop doing it. I know it's easier said than done, but just think about it every time. If you're ever doing something or you want to do something that you know is going to be bad, is this going to make me feel better? Or is this going to further make me feel like crap? And if it's the other end of that, where it's going to make you feel like crap, then don't do it. If it's something that's going to make you feel good, then by all means, go do it. But I mean, and I'm not talking about like, oh, I ate this piece of chocolate, I felt good for 2 minutes. That is different. But I'm talking about like with your business and things like that. If you know something's going to make you feel bad or make you get further away from your goal, then don't do it, because it's not going to help you in the long run. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I talked super fast, so if I need to like read or anything, then let me know, but.
Hold on, I was trying to find there we go, gallery view. No, that was fantastic. I was just commenting. I loved this call because, first of all, you're fantastic, and you didn't talk fast. Our team is used to Becky and I going, like, speeding through because we're human, and that's how we talk. So you were fantastic. But what I love, and it's something that I'm just trying to like knock people over the head with, is that simple wins. And what you literally outline, what you do every single day is simple. Sure, you're very creative. Sure, you have amazing hair. Sure, you have all this stuff, right? You do. You have, but the activities that you are doing are simple. You're just doing them. And that's, I think, the big difference maker, right? Is yes, we can have all the intention in the world to hit Success Club, grow your business. And, my goal for everyone is not just to hit Success Club, is to grow a business that you can be proud of, that creates residual income for you at whatever level is important, whether that's $100 a week, $200 a week, or a big business that, you can walk away from a full-time job if that's what you want. But it takes that mindset in order to do that. It takes that discipline in the activities, in the vision for yourself. So I just love how you absolutely simplified it. And at the end, talking about self-sabotage, I think a lot of people do that. And I never heard any coach talk about that on a call. So that's a really great point of reflection, I think, for a lot of coaches, whether they're veteran coaches or brand new coaches, because I do believe that, and I've told our team this a lot, and I'm sure, Carolyn, that you would agree with this, that everybody on this call, they're on this call because they believe in the business, right? They believe that the business is awesome. They believe it works. They believe that people can actually, make change in their lives, both physically and financially. They believe that, but they don't believe it for themselves. And I think a lot of that is that they self-sabotage, and they make themselves believe that it's for that girl and not for me. And that's the biggest, most catastrophic mistake that anyone can make in this business, is in that wheel where it got to belief. If that button isn't pushed in this business, then this business really isn't going to take off for you, right? Action, results, or I don't remember all of them, but one of them is belief. And you guys need to believe that this business can work for you, and then back that with intention and with activity every single day, just like Carolyn explained to you. So does anyone, thank you so much. It was so good, really, really good. And now I'll have to back this up tomorrow on your team call. I better bring it. Does anyone have any questions, any observations? Or is everybody exhausted and ready to hit the sack because you're crushing 80-day obsession and you're tired? Well, I think I'm not seeing any questions pop up. I know you guys. I just hit follow. I can't believe I didn't follow you on Instagram. That's like ridiculous. I already hit follow to learn from you. I always love learning from the coaches that are making moves where the moves need to be made. You know, and so I just did that. I'll be looking at your stories and I'll be seeing what you're doing to rock your business, because that's what people do. I'm a constant student. Everybody should always be a student to grow in their business. So I can't thank you enough. That was awesome.
Thanks. I hope you're okay with dancing and lip syncing and all that stuff. You'll be seeing a lot of that.
I saw some ass already on your Instagram. So we'll be seeing a lot of butts pretty soon on Diesel Nation. You guys, let's have a great week. It is February 19th. There is plenty of month left in February to set the goal with intention and accomplish it. I know that you can absolutely do it. In fact, I'm challenging you to think in your mind that Wednesday is the last day of the month. What could you do if by Wednesday you thought, okay, deadline is Wednesday? What would you do between now and then? Like, think about it. You would take massive action. So let's take massive action. Let's help a lot of people, because that's what we do. And let's have a great week. I will post the replay on all the team pages in just a little bit. Love you guys. Thank you, Carolyn.
Bye.
Have a good night, everybody.